All right, so I've got the request to review the new Batman trailer by Robert Pattinson. All right, so we're going to watch it together, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. All right, so let's get that done. Okay, so let's watch it together.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
All right, so that's the introduction of the Riddler. All right, I would say it's a good choice for a villain. Why? Because the Riddler is known to be a very intellectual person, and having an intellectual villain in a Batman movie, especially because Batman is known to be the detective, so he's known to be someone who can strategize, someone who plans well, someone who's gifted intellectually. So if you need to match Batman's intellectual abilities, I would say Riddler is the perfect person. And in the opening scene of the trailer, we see Riddler not showing any resistance at all. They're smacking him to the table and he's hardly doing anything. You hardly see his face. Such a kind of entry gives me the impression that he will have that sort of personality whereby, you know, people inflict a lot of things on those sorts of villains and they just suck up all the anxiety, all the tension, all the violence inflicted on them, and then they come up with a super plan, with a very intellectual, genius kind of plan to fight against his enemies. So I'm expecting the Riddler to come up with some great intellectual comeback, let's say, as a villain in the movie. So let's continue.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
All right, good point. So fear is a tool. In Batman's case, it's a tool in so many different ways. It's a tool for himself, first of all, because he is scared of bats. So he embraces what he's really scared of to become the Batman. That's the first thing. So that's how he uses his fear on himself to become someone who's very powerful. That's the first point. The second point is he uses his own fear to make others become fearful of him. So he uses that personality he creates, which is the Batman, and he uses the Batman persona to make his enemies become very fearful. So in that way, he uses that fear factor as a tool. And he also mentions here that when you see the bat signal, it's a warning. Yeah, it's a warning that you're going to get your ass kicked. So yeah, good point. Okay, we see the rage in Batman's attitude here. He's taking all these shots and he hardly slows down. He's looking at danger really into the face and fearless. So great stuff.
I've been trying to reach you.
Fire the gun!
This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
All right. I think we need to comment on
Riddler's
this. All right. Robert seems to have the right attitude or body language, I would say, for Bruce Wayne. So he seems to be someone who has suffered so much that he hardly shows any sort of emotion in the scene here. And this is Bruce Wayne, someone who has lived so much, gone through so much stuff that he hardly feels stuff, all right, except the kind of anger he feels deep inside to kick the enemies.
Where's the match?
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different.
All right, maybe we're not so different. Excuse me, but Batman and Catwoman are very different. Batman has his code of conduct. He really sticks to his plan, he really sticks to how he's supposed to behave, his ethics, whereas no, Catwoman is the reverse of everything Batman represents. So the only possible overlap could be that they've both suffered, they've gone through stuff, but no, they are very different. So I don't agree with that.
Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance.
All right, so that's a very powerful sentence. He uses that in the animated series also, but we really need to elaborate on that line, vengeance. We're not talking about vengeance in a very simple human kind of way of perceiving vengeance. It's not about taking revenge on what the person did to his parents and all that. It's a sort of vengeance on life itself. So whatever he's gone through, when he was very young, he saw his parents getting murdered in front of him. He was pathetic, you can say, very young, could hardly do anything. He was scared. So it's his way of taking vengeance on life itself, because he's built himself, made himself so strong, so powerful, so fearless that, yeah, he's taken revenge on life. So he's taken the worst, he has taken the worst thing that happened to him and used that energy to transform him into something unbelievable. So that's his way of taking revenge on life.
What's black and blue and dead all over? You. Dear God.
I got you! I got you!
Okay, the way the Batmobile comes out of the flames and hit Penguin's car shows you the resilience of the Batman. Batman never dies. Will come out of flames, come out from the mud, come out from hell, come out from anywhere to do what he has to do. So it's a sign of resilience, fierce determination, anger, and a power that that's so. How can we describe that? So overwhelming, and that shakes up your world. And here you can see the collision of the Batmobile with Penguin's car. We could compare the same scene to the tumbler scene in Batman Begins, where you can see Christian Bale is so controlled about the whole situation, and it's such a powerful scene where he's trying to save Rachel, and anything that comes in his way in that moment will just be crushed. So it's just an indication of the power of determination of the Batman to do what he has to do. And here you can see that Batman does not look human also. He's built himself in such a way that he has become something more than a man. He's become like a sort of symbol. So that's what Batman is. He's just the perfect man. I think there's no other way we can really say it in other words. So I hope that you found it interesting, and yeah, see you very soon.